we are is right here. It's Comics and Chats, completely improvised, semi-comedic music by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka a pile of piles. I've said that one before, but hey. Today's subject, Clint Barton and Hank Pym. Two old-school Avengers, one of which is better than the other. Well, one of which got better faster than the other. It's Clint. It's Clint. Let's be real here. It's Clint. It's definitely Clint. Oh boy. I'm not saying that there aren't good Hank Pym stories. I'm saying that in the Silver Age, he was the most boring character you could ever read. Dear God, he was boring. It's like, oh, I can shrink and talk to ants. That's it. They gave him a tragic backstory years later, actually. Not at the beginning. No, he's just... At the beginning, he was just guy who turns into tiny person and talks to ants. Hawkeye, he's got the badass origin. You know, wants to be a superhero, accidentally becomes a super criminal, has that kick-ass backstory with the circus of crime. Gotta love those douchebags. Hank, it's like they had to, like... They tacked on that origin with his dead wife, and then later with his daughter, who somehow existed the entire time. Ugh. And the character went through like 4 name changes in as little as 6 years. I believe it was Ant-Man, Giant Man, Goliath, and then finally Yellow Jacket. Hank sucks that much that they had to change his costume 4 times in a row in order for it to work. And Goliath's not even a good name. Isn't Goliath the bad guy in the story? Shit, yeah, he was. Why did they use that name for a superhero? Why do they continue to use that name for superheroes? That's a bad guy. That's the bad guy. David and Goliath. Goliath's the bad guy. We should have a superhero named David. Marvel, you missed out. I'm making David. He's gonna use a slingshot. Yeah. You know, Clint Barton, it's like... There was a little bit of embarrassment with him because, well, his personality is different, his backstory is different, but his fighting style is literally just Green Arrow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's Green Arrow. It's Green Arrow. It's Green Arrow. Ugh. Yeah, so, you know, they tried to change it up. Like, I believe first time it was Goliath. Second time it was Ronin. And I'm not sure if he went back to Hawkeye immediately after Ronin, but at some point people were like, yeah, we know he's a ripoff of Green Arrow, but we don't care. We like Arrow guys. He's fun. And, you know, screw it. Hawkeye is the main name. We like him, you know? Sadly, however, Hank Pym was never able to be like Marvel's Atom, you know? The Atom has a lot more presence than, you know, Pym. I'm just gonna say it. Either Ryan Choi or, what's his face? Ray Palmer. Yeah. Hank Pym, they had to tack on some, like, bipolar disorder and like, a slapping, like, Janet Van Dyne in order to make him even remotely interesting. Like, that came out of nowhere in the comics. A lot of comics where men just randomly slap women. Yeah. If I seem hunched over, it's because my back is in pain. This actually kind of helps. Yeah. You know, ultimately, the point of this essay, well, not an essay, more of a short vlog, you gotta work out how your characters work out. What works for them, and what you gotta do to make them actually interesting. Like in the 60s Marvels, they kind of went like way overboard in trying to make Hank Pym interesting. Whereas with the MCU, they just made him basically shrinky-dink Jay Garrick. With some crankiness. Yeah. That's all they had to do. You know, Scott. Thank God they worked with Scott Lang, who's kind of the more iconic Ant-Man. Yeah. Also, MCU Hawkeye, I feel they really nerfed character-wise. A lot of people complain about him action-wise. I think he's okay, but where's the circus of crime? Where's the criminal background? Uh-huh. But at least he's still deaf. Yeah. Really glad they were able to work that in. Like, you know, not at first, but, you know, it's believable that all the horrible sounds he saw throughout all the Avengers movies made him deaf. I can believe that. I can believe that indeed. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabbopotamus, and death to crows. Ooh, gin tastes weird. Gin tastes weird.